There's
This didn't get
shy
bumped,
lens
did it?
here.
It
Huh?
didn't get bumped, but that seems like it's pointing at the.
I did move this. But it has me, am I in this thing?
Yeah, it was getting from chair to chair.
Something. I know, it's gotta be some kind of fisheye lens or something like that, which makes me look, just puts on weight. So, okay, well, where we were in our last talk, we were talking about the leadership expression. When someone says, hey, let's lead this thing, let's go do some leadership, it's in our mindset, the way that we think that leadership is gonna happen is going to dictate how we act and how we perform that leadership task. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going through these 4 different personalities in leaders. And chances are very good that you're gonna find yourself predominantly in one of these, okay? Or 2, but if you're going, well, Clay, I kinda have all of them. And then we're really probably not doing the self-actualization just yet. Or we haven't had enough leadership experience to really know what we stink at, okay? We still think we're pretty good at it, and you just haven't done it enough. Fair enough? So we've talked about, in the last section, we talked about the manager leadership expression and the developer leadership expression. Today we're gonna knock these 2 out, okay? So, starting with the caregiver, so we're on page 14 here with the caregiver. The caregiver strength, just looking at the definition of caregiver here. Does everybody have these? Oh, Melinda, you probably don't have these notes.
I'll just look
Sorry
at
about that.
them.
Okay, you can just share them. But the caregiver definition here is watching over and responding to the needs of your people. Now, chances are good that there's people in the group right now that word watching over, taking care of the needs, thinking of others, just that language, you're going, oh, I like that. That's like my comfort language. It's like a big apple pie, hot, with ice cream on it, just kind of curl up. Anybody like that? You like those words? Watching over, taking care of the needs, meeting needs. Let's sit down. You know, I don't want to just sit down and talk. I want to sit down and share. That's what I want. It's got to be sharing. No, tell me really, how do you feel? Stuff like that. Is there anybody that reads those words and already going, it's not me? Raise your hand and you go, yeah, that's not me. Okay, very good.
I mean, to an extent.
Exactly, and again, if it's not you, it doesn't mean you're a robot, okay? It just means that that's not where I naturally go. This was one of my weakest areas, okay? So people would come to me, you can imagine, people would come to me and they would go, Clay, you're a little rough. I actually had my sister, like, what was it, just like last month, kind of hit. I haven't had anybody say that to me in a long time. He goes, Clay, you know, you can be harsh sometimes. It's going, oh my gosh, thanks, sis. You know. But that caregiver was something that I've had to be aware of, okay? And again, it's not like I'm trying to become the ultimate caregiver. I just have to be aware of that. And if there's somebody that I am leading that needs a strong influence of caregiving, I know that I'm not going to be the best one to do that. I need to delegate that task to someone that is a caregiver. Hey, why don't you go spend some time with them? You know, because and I have to actually schedule caregiving. Okay, it pops up on my weekly schedule. Go care for your people. Because with me, if it shows up on my schedule, okay, I can do it. All right, I need to leave my office. Hey, how are you doing today? And I can go talk to people, and I can go do that, and people go, man, he really cares about us. It's like, kind of. It's just really, it's over here on my schedule to go do that. Does that make sense? Even with my wife. I mean, I want to show my wife that I love her. But if I'm not careful, I will always express my love for her in fixing things and doing things around the house and making the money and doing good at work and all that kind of stuff. So I have to remember, what is it, the whole 5 love languages and everything? I have to remember what her love languages are. So what I do is schedule it, you know? So every single Friday, I mean, right next to my office, on this side I have a flower shop, and on this side I've got summer snow, all right, all the little trinkets. My wife loves to decorate the house. In fact, just over the weekend, we pulled out all of the fall boxes, okay, because my wife said it's time to put up the fall crap, all right? I mean, my wife loves to decorate the entire house in each of the seasons. So we have, like, for each season, there's like 7 big boxes that we have up in the attic that we have to pull down. I mean, it's everywhere. So last night she's doing the mantle and all that kind of stuff. And fall is our favorite one. We love all the fall stuff. That's where her favorite stuff is. So I will drop by summer snow, if the gals know me in there, and I'll go, hey, here's what I'm looking for Lisa, and they go, okay, and they'll kind of give me something. I'll say, I've got about like 25, or I've got $50, something like that, and they'll pull something out. But it's scheduled, you know? Same thing with Ted and Debbie's flowers. I've known Ted and Debbie for a long time. They actually give me a family discount, which is nice. I go in, all right, I got $30, need some flowers, I'm thinking of these colors, and they make this great thing for me, so I show up and got the flowers for it, you know? So I have to schedule that stuff because it's not just naturally something that I think of, okay? Like Julie over here, it's just naturally something she thinks of. So if in any of these areas you feel like you're kind of weak, what you can do is schedule it, all right? So it pops up so you remember to do those things, okay? Or schedule it so it pops up so you remember to delegate to somebody else to do those things, okay? I've got a client that, I might have told you guys this before, I've got a client that owns a company and he is a caregiver. And so he has the hardest time with his employees because primarily the employees that he hires are those 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds. And they drive him up the wall, but he just doesn't have the heart to fire them. So he has actually called me in twice now to fire people. And I don't have any problem at all. You know, I walk in, we sit down, I go, just so you know, we're letting you go. Do you have anything you want to talk about? No? Okay, good deal. We're done here. You know, I just walk away, and he's left standing there. I'm going, if you want to do the caregiving thing now, go ahead, because we've already gotten rid of him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But he just has the hardest time doing that. So sending a caregiver to go fire somebody, oh my gosh, they'll lose sleep, they'll develop ulcers and all this kind of stuff. And if you're not careful, that caregiver will give them a raise. You know, because they'll start the whole conversation with, how are you feeling? You know, and that person will go, well, you know, I got this molar thing going. Oh, really? I can't fire them today. They have a molar thing. You know, it just comes up with all kinds of reasons why they can't fire them, because they want that person, they want their needs to be met. Does that make sense? And so if we're not careful, a caregiver, all right, a caregiver running amok will always take care of other people before they take care of themselves. And so they're doing they're spending all kinds of time and spending all kinds of money on the people, but next thing you know, their time is gone. Money for themselves, money for their own home, money for their own stuff is gone. This same caregiver that owns this company's been going for 8 years. They're going to top about $850,000 this year. He still has never paid himself. Well, I just got to make sure the people
Are you
are taken
serious?
care of. I go, man, we got to raise prices here. So, well, you know, no, we can't raise the prices because the people may not come. You know, we want to make sure we take care of the people. I'm going, okay, sounds good. Would you go ahead and get out a piece of paper? All right, so he took out a piece of paper. I go, we're going to write a letter to your wife. Okay, so here's how we're going to say it. Dear honey, all right, I love you so much. But the reason why I'm not bringing home money right now is because of the people. Go ahead and write that down. I just want you to know that it's more important to me to make sure my prices are low for the people than it is for me to bring money home. Go ahead and write that. You know, it's, you know, these people are more important to me than you are or our children. The money that go ahead, write this in. He's going, Clay, I don't want to write this. Well, that's what you're doing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, it was really kind of a brain shift for him. It doesn't mean that he doesn't care about the people anymore, but that caregiver running amok can really screw with your ability to succeed and your ability to provide for yourself and for your family. Okay? So we just want to be aware of that. You can see some other words here: sympathy, safety, listening, connecting with people. Just don't feel that connection. There's other people who go, forget the connection. I don't care about the connection. Just do what the heck I'm telling you to do. You know? Considering, concern, nurture, meeting the needs, repair. That picture up there of holding that heart. A caregiver can look at that picture and I love that. That's so me. That's so me. That's so how I want our relationship to be. You know, whereas it's very possible that Amanda's over here going, okay, you know, I don't care about that. I'm not interested in that. And again, it can make a person like Amanda feel like, I'm a bad person. But you're not. You just have a different expression. And if we're not careful, you've got Julie looking at Amanda, judging Amanda through her lens of leadership. She's a bad leader. Does that make sense? Because Julie's expression of leadership is caregiver. And so she's looking at Amanda saying, you're a bad leader. It's like, no, not at all, not at all. And how about this? Julie can also get, well, I'm a real strong caregiver, so I don't really see myself as a leader. This is something I find out a ton with caregivers, is they struggle with the concept and the idea that they can actually lead somebody. They naturally, in our society, they kind of picture themselves being more behind the scenes. Does that make sense at all? You know, I'm just not a good leader. It's like, no, you're a fantastic leader. Okay? You're a fantastic leader. It is possible to be a power leader as a caregiver. You just need to be aware that that's going to be my expression. And so I need to have these other pieces in place, these other people in place to help me kind of round out myself. Fair enough? So I don't ever want you to get this idea that I can't be a leader, that really this person's the only one that can lead. No, the manager, giddy up. Strong leader, strong developer, to know that I can be a leader. I just need to recognize that this is going to be my expression, so I need to round that thing out with either some other humans, or I need to round that thing out with some other education. Okay? But are you really strong here too? Where were your other, do you remember? Where was your weak spot? Leader, okay, down here. So, for me to come to Julie and say, all right, you want to be a leader. All right, well, let's start talking about all the leader qualities that you need to start. The chances are pretty good that she's going to go, I don't want to do any of that stuff. You know, I appreciate you trying to teach me and trying to train me to be a leader, but everything you're telling me is like needles in my eyes. They're in that little red ball. It's like getting a needle and touching it. It's like, I know, it's like, yeah, I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do any of that stuff.
Little red ball.
I know, I don't know. It's probably called something, I don't know. But there you go. So when I train or when I develop Julie as a leader, I want to go right here and teach her how to use her natural wiring to be a better leader, and how to be aware of her weaknesses here. Not to, and we'll get to that here in just a moment, so I'll shut up there. So, when you go to a caregiver with a question, they will want to sit down and share with you. Okay? The primary thing when you ask a caregiver, they're going to be looking for understanding. They're going to be looking for that connection in the conversation. Whereas again, that strong manager or the developer, if you remember, these guys are just looking for different things when people come with questions. Any comments on that? Got the picture there of Bones. If you guys are Star Trek people, remember Bones was always thinking about the people. He was always, you know, Jim, you can't do that, because Jim's just do it, do it, do it. And the Bones was always the one that, what about the people? You can't do that. You can't just do that with the green ladies. You know, you got to care for them and everything else. Sorry, kind of bringing out my nerdness here, okay? But he was always thinking about the people. Okay? Any questions on the, Julie, do you have any questions on the caregiver?
No.
Okay. Amanda, do you have any questions on the caregiver? Was there any other strong managers? This was where you found your primary strength? Anybody else? Anybody find their strength here? Okay, cool. Does anybody have a question about the caregiver? Okay, I just want you to be aware next time you're looking at somebody and they are leading a certain way, and you're going, oh, I would never do that. It's not that they are a bad leader. Okay, right now, our daughter in high school has a coach in volleyball. She is so not this. Okay? Oh, it just frustrates me. Because this is my strength. I'm going, oh, this one and this one is my strength. It is not hers. She is this all the way. So we're wanting her to like rip into the girls. We're wanting her to get vision. We're wanting her to kind of manage the emotions on a girls' softball team, which holy cow, it's crazy. She just doesn't know how to do that. Does it make her a bad leader? No. It just means she has some weaknesses that I don't know that she's aware of, because these things are not getting taken care of on the team. Fair enough? So, ta-da. And then finally we come to the leader. All right, this is the fourth expression of leadership. And the leader, you can see here again, strengths. If we identify this is intentionally influencing and enabling people to accomplish a significant goal. And the kind of emphasis there on significant is being very deliberate in influencing and enabling to get something done, focused on a task. Does anybody like that language? Okay. Oh, I love that stuff. You see the picture here of the person that's standing up in a meeting? There's some people that look at that picture. You know, when you look at that picture, where are you? Are you sitting down, or are you the one standing? You know, I want to be the one standing. The other people, if I'm not careful, the other people don't even show up in that picture. The only person I see is the person right there. If you can visualize this right, how about this? If you can visualize a group of people and they're in a V and they are all walking forward. So you've got a person in the front walking, and then two people here, and two and two and two. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. The question in that picture, who's the leader? For me, it's the person in the front. Dun dun. You know, where do you want to be? I want to be that person right there in front. Other people, well, I'm kind of person back here in the back. Is it possible to be a leader and not be the one in the front? Okay. Now the answer is yes, but a person that has this quality is going, no, this is the leader's out front. The leader's is what we do. And again, in our society, that is how we've kind of identified people that lead. They're the ones out front. Well, I don't really like to be out front, so I don't think I would be the best leader. It's like, no, that's not true. It doesn't have to be that way. You can lead from the middle of the pack. You can lead from the back of the pack. Okay? It can happen. But if you don't know how to lead, or if you don't know that you can lead from those different positions, then you can just immediately disqualify yourself as a leader. And we just don't want to do that, okay? Because all of a sudden we're limited, all right? We're just kind of, well, I'll just do what other people tell me to do. So, I want to be careful. Fair enough? So this is the leader. Love the George Washington picture there. Dun, dun, dun. The leader sees themselves out front or up front. This is the classic picture of a leader, but as you can now see, it's not the required picture of a leader. We actually can lead with that heart, okay? We can lead with the education and the development. We can lead with spreadsheets, lead with numbers, lead with accountability. Oh, that's awesome stuff we're starting to talk about, okay? Captain Kirk, obviously, he's going in this Star Trek metaphor that I'm working here. All right, Captain Kirk would be the leader. He's got the vision. Does anybody love the word vision? Okay? I mean, if we're not careful, you know, people that are leaders, we can get distracted by vision. Yeah. We've got a new vision every month. You know, the vision of the month club type of thing. What are we going to do? Oh, we're going to get into this. Our struggle, a lot of times with leaders, our struggle is this piece. I don't want to get into the daily details. I don't want to get into the minutia. I don't want to get into all the structure. No, we just do it. We just go take the land. You know, how are we going to do it? Well, we're going to just do it. You know, this is one of the things that's really frustrated a lot of folks. I'll go ahead and toss this out with Trump. You know, early on, when he was just going, we're going to do it. We're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. You know, people going, well, we're going to do it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just count on it, you know. Because this is him, obviously.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it's just going to be huge. You know, this is just him. It's just go get him. And they're going, well, what about this person? I don't know that person, but I'm going to get people on my staff that will know that person. We'll get that country taken care of. You know,
He's gonna get all the generals.
because this is just his brain. It's how he works. But all of a sudden, we're all in, you know, oh, we got to get down to the details and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, maybe not. Okay. So this is, again, guide, command, inspire, pioneer. Ooh, there's a good word. Pioneer. You know, I do a whole workshop as well on pioneers and settlers. You know, it's great to have pioneers, people that are going out and whacking down trees and, I almost said killing Indians, but I didn't. But I didn't say. But I didn't say killing Indians. No, I stopped. Sorry about
Not a
that.
vision.
Yeah, we'll cut that out. Yeah, there, removing things from the setting.
Land.
Yeah, from the land and stuff. Out there just pressing the edges and exploring and all that kind of stuff. All that's wonderful. But there is a huge part of our population that I can't live in that space. I want to actually settle down. I want a house. I want to have some structure. I want to know that my days are going to be consistent. I want to be able to raise a family. I want to be able to send my kids over here. I want to be able to be safe. I want to be secure. And if we're not careful, this leader running amok, he doesn't always care. She doesn't always care about that kind of stuff. It's new. But most people in our society, most people in the population can't live in that on a daily basis. And so the combination of this person and these others is so important. Is that fair enough?
Mm-hmm.
To have that pioneer, but also to have a settler, or at least for the pioneer to be aware that at some point we need to build something. We need to stop, build something so people can hang out. Okay? Or else it can be really hard. If you're not careful, the leader, again, going amok, the leader will be going, da, 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 leading, and you'll turn around and go, where'd everybody go? Because you just led right away from everyone. And that can be really hard. If you have ever been under a real strong leader, okay, that isn't aware of these other pieces, then it can be really hard. Because again, every month they've got a new direction. And it's not just, hey, we've got a promotion. No, we have new core values. It's like, no, I know we started as an eye care place, but I'm thinking furniture. I'm thinking furniture is where we need to go. Yeah, we can do glasses in the background, but I'm thinking over here we do couches. And because someone told me the other day they really like these chairs, so I'm thinking we could sell them, and all that kind of stuff.
If you ever.
It's like, what the heck?
Times I bite my tongue, you all have no clue.
Yeah, or we have a conversation with someone and they're going, yeah, I just started this new thing and I think it's really got some good potential. Oh, really? You need some help with that? Hey, I can get in on that. I have these gals. They've got some downtime, so I'm going to put you in charge. Next thing you know, you're going, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I wanted to buy a fence ceiling company yesterday.
There you go.
A
Yeah.
good ceiling company?
Yeah.
A fence
Seriously.
ceiling, like SEAL,
Yeah.
like ceiling
New
fences.
patient after lunch, he had a new company.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, they sell ceilings and fences?
Why would you put a
Yeah.
pencil?
Fence
Y'all
ceiling.
look kinda
Very
cool.
interesting. See, we'll have those ideas and all of a sudden it's like, ooh, I could see me getting into that.
Yeah, he
What are the
said,
numbers on that sucker?
I can work 2 days of that and make more than 6 months in my regular job. And I was just like,
Yeah, blink,
I'm
blink.
in.
My friend opened a gift card store and now he buys cell phones and gold there.
Yeah, yeah, just,
Like,
there we go.
well.
Yep, there you go. So, the question here is, did you find yourself in this? And I think we've already kind of talked about this, I want you to take a moment, if you haven't yet, is one or two of these are going to be your natural, under pressure, this is what I do. Okay? Not when everything's going well. Yeah, I can do that if everything's going well. But under pressure, when everything's not going good, you will go to your basic natural wiring. What is that for you? When you're under pressure, do you start cleaning the house? Do you start putting everything in order? I feel out of control. The very first thing I'm going to do is start putting things in order. Okay? That could identify you, as a manager. Okay? Right? Yeah. Or when you're feeling a little out of control, do you immediately go to what we need in here is a lot of education. We need to learn, we need to grow, we need to start watching things, we need to read books, I need to teach my kids and all that kind of stuff. Do we go there under pressure? Do we go to this, well, we just need love. We just need to know that we all are important. Again, I don't try to, that's my weak point, so I make fun of it sometimes, but it's so important. And then the leader. What we need here is vision. What we need here is a path forward. That's what the problem is. We're all getting stagnant. We need some new stuff. We need to shake it up under pressure. So, question for you is, one or two of these as your strength. There's going to be one of these, probably just one, that you can do if you have to. You can do it. And you can do it pretty good. Now, long term, it gets kind of hard. But you can do it if you have to. And then there's going to be one of these, probably just one of these, that,
Doing your sleep.
yeah, no, one of these that you just hate. You just, yuck. I just see the word and I throw up in my mouth. I just,
Wow.
if I have to do it, I can, but I mean, I'm just doing it through gritted teeth. Okay? So let's talk about that weakness. That's going to be your struggle. Okay? So did you identify one of these? Let's go with you, Dr. Tay. Did you identify one of these as that's the weakness?
Yeah, there's one word I hate. I hate the word.
What is it?
Manager.
Manager?
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
I feel like we could all pick each other's.
Okay? Yeah, see, and that's the idea. That is what a good leader does. No matter where you are, you are aware of yourself, but you're also aware of your team, and you begin to play to the team's strengths. Okay?
We do that a lot.
You begin to play to the team's strengths. I'll let you know, I learned this the hard way, okay? Because I had a leadership training school that I ran for about 10 years, okay? And it's still going. I'm just not the leader of it anymore. But what I did was I was taking young leaders who had been untested by the fire, and I tossed them in because I wanted them to have experiences of each of these levels. And so I would put somebody who was a very bad manager in a position of high management responsibility and watch them